Hey everyone, welcome back to Curious Truth, where we dive deep into the stories that shape our world. In today's video, we're tackling a topic that affects nearly every one of us. I'm sure you've heard the term social media, and if you've been living in the digital age, you've definitely used it. But have you ever stopped to think about how social media is impacting our relationships? Whether romantic, platonic, or family-based, social media has shifted the way we interact with each other. But the real question is it helping us or hurting us? Today, we'll explore how social media is affecting modern relationships and uncover some surprising truths. Let's start by understanding how we got here. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok have become integrated into almost every aspect of our lives. At first, they seemed like just another way to connect with people we care about, share photos, and keep up with trends. Fast forward a few years and we've seen social media turn into a major part of our everyday routines. Many of us wake up and check our phones, scroll through Instagram while waiting for a coffee, and post updates throughout the day. But while these platforms are more connected than ever, have they actually brought us closer together, or have they created distance in our relationships? Now, let's talk about romantic relationships. Think about how dating has changed in the last decade. The rise of online dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge has made it easier than ever to meet people. But are these platforms helping us find true connections, or are we just playing a numbers game, swiping left and right, looking for that instant spark? While these platforms allow us to meet new people, they also present challenges. Think about it. The pressure to present the perfect profile has led many of us to create idealized versions of ourselves. We're no longer just meeting someone face-to-face, but rather curating our online personas to attract attention. But when the online version of us doesn't match who we are in real life, it can lead to disappointment, misunderstandings, or worse, feeling catfished. Furthermore, once we're in a relationship, social media can create new challenges. From the temptation to constantly check our partner's profiles to the anxiety of who liked what, jealousy and insecurity have become issues many couples face. Some people even argue that social media has created a new form of digital infidelity where emotional cheating happens through online connections or flirtations. Now let's look at friendships. One of the most obvious ways social media affects friendships is the constant visibility of what our friends are doing. Whether it's a vacation photo, a dinner with friends, or an event you weren't invited to, it's impossible to escape the comparison trap. While social media lets us stay in touch with friends across the world, it can also lead to feelings of exclusion, jealousy, or FOMO, the fear of missing out. Friendships are also being reshaped by our online interactions. How many times have we caught up with a friend by liking their posts or commenting on their photos rather than having a real conversation? Social media has turned keeping up into a passive act. But is this really friendship? Can we truly stay connected through likes and emojis, or is there something missing from this virtual version of a relationship? Social media doesn't just affect romantic relationships and friendships, it's also impacting family dynamics. Families are sharing more than ever on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, posting pictures of birthdays, holidays, and milestones. But is there a risk in oversharing our family moments online? For instance, is it healthy for children to grow up in an environment where their personal moments are constantly shared with hundreds or even thousands of people? Additionally, families often have differing views on social media use. While younger generations may see social media as a tool for connection, older generations might feel left out, leading to disconnects within the family. And in some cases, family members may have differing opinions on privacy, boundaries, and the level of information that should be shared. The clash of these perspectives can create tension and even arguments. So, how can we balance sharing our lives with the privacy and respect our loved ones deserve? We also need to discuss the pressure of perfection that social media promotes. Every day, we're bombarded with carefully curated images and videos that showcase other people's perfect lives. But behind those filters and perfectly timed photos are real struggles, challenges, and flaws. The impact of this unrealistic portrayal of life can be profound. Studies have shown that social media can lead to anxiety, depression, and lower self-esteem, especially among younger users who compare their lives to the highlight reel of others. Social media platforms thrive on perfection, beautiful photos, picture-perfect relationships, and unattainable lifestyles. But the truth is, these online personas are often far removed from reality. And the pressure to live up to these idealized versions of life can cause real harm. It's easy to feel disconnected, inadequate, or even alienated when we constantly compare ourselves to others. Despite all the challenges, it's not all negative. Social media has brought some very real benefits to relationships. It has given people the ability to reconnect with old friends, maintain long-distance relationships, and even find new communities where they can belong. It has given a voice to people who were previously unheard, creating movements for change and social good. Social media also allows people to celebrate achievements and milestones, from birthdays to anniversaries to job promotions. It helps us feel supported and seen even when we're far away. So, how can we use these platforms for good? By focusing on authenticity, setting healthy boundaries, and remembering that real connections aren't measured by likes and follows. So, what's the final verdict? Is social media ultimately hurting or helping our relationships? The truth is, it's all about balance. Social media isn't going away, and it has a major role to play in how we connect with one another. But it's up to us to ensure that these connections are genuine, healthy, and respectful. It's essential to set boundaries both for ourselves and for our relationships. Whether it's limiting screen time, having face-to-face conversations, or taking breaks from social media, we need to remember that true connection happens in the real world, not just through our screens. Social media can be a tool for good, but it can also be a source of stress and pressure. The key is to use it mindfully and prioritize the relationships that truly matter. So, what do you think? How has social media affected your relationships? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Curious Truth for more deep dives into the real issues shaping our world. Until next time, stay curious, stay true, and remember that connection is more than just a click.